First, today is the Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day. So I think this is what I heard. Mother's Day, children cook for breakfast for the mother. But that is one small service. I think as in Padre Rinpoche said, only you can repay mother's kindness as a through the Dharma. Because if you really want to make your parent happy, and you have to give the best happiness. What is the best happiness? Is the liberation. Without the liberation, our happiness is temporary, and that happiness sometimes can cause more suffering. For example, I'm sure if today you cook breakfast for your mother and make really comfortable, but tomorrow her routine is becoming harder actually. So that way I think I'm not saying that's not good idea. Even one day service is good, but still I think we have to try to find a solution that can liberate or can free completely from all the suffering. So that is called the nirvana or liberation. That is called the authentic or ultimate happiness. As we have to liberate. So we should more concentrate or more make ourselves dedicated that this dharma practice of a very different kind of dharma practice. Anything you do, virtuous deed, want to be accumulate the merit that one day I can liberate all my mother from the samsaric sufferings. So then that is actually you are repaying the kindness, because otherwise one morning's breakfast or one day's celebration you cannot repay the mother's kindness. So that reason every day we have to dedicate or we have to meditate on the motivation of bodhicitta that I want to be liberate all mother sentient beings from the samsara, so that way they don't have to be stay in this misery of a very different kind of sufferings. I mean, we all go through that kind of suffering. So now, without yourself liberating, you cannot liberate anyone else. First, you have to learn how to liberate yourself. If you are free from any problem, then you can free other from that kind of problem. Make sense? So that way, we want to liberate from the samsara. That way, we can help other sentient beings. That is the main purpose of what we are practicing the Dharma. So now, what is the samsara actually? We have to ask, what is the nirvana? Where is the nirvana? What is the samsara? Lots of people said, I heard this Western expression saying, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to go to now. People think heaven means somewhere else. You have to leave this body and go somewhere else to consciousness, then you get to the heaven. Actually, you don't need to go to anywhere. You don't need to leave your body to achieve the heaven. Heaven, yeah. So, because this body is not samsara, this body is not nirvana. This body is just body. You know, this body is not giving us a suffering or not giving us joy. Really experience of all those suffering or joy is come from the mind. So once your mind is liberated from that source of suffering, you are liberated. You are free. You can have this body. With this body, still you are nirvana or heaven or enlightened. So that way we have to think, what is the really main cause me have those all suffering we call the samsara? So what kind of emotion making me suffering? Make sense? So I think we have to think on that. What the suffering is, where it came from, what is the cause? When we analyze that one, solution is we can find out how to get rid of it. Because most of the time we don't know where it comes from. We only know that experience itself. Because of that reason, we couldn't find the solution to how to free ourselves from that suffering. So main point is in the Buddhism we said, source of suffering is afflicted emotion. Long as we have afflicted emotion, we are not free from suffering. That Lord Jidasungha said, if even 10 Bhumi Bodhisattva, if they create that can cause to have suffering of hell, they will be born in hell. So that is a it's mean, long as our mind is not free, even we born in the pure realm, we are not pure. We will have those all experience of suffering. If our mind is becoming pure, even we are in the samsara, mid of the samsara, still we can have great joy without the samsaric suffering. So that is we cannot overnight can turn that one, but slowly we can experience. More try to reduce our own afflicted emotion, you will experience more and more joy. Lots of our suffering, when we really carefully think, all those suffering created by our emotion. Anger, jealousy, hatred, ignorance. Anytime we have suffering, something has to do with them. Because of the anger, because of the ignorance, because of the attachment, we engage wrong action. Because of that wrong action, we experience the suffering. Because of the suffering, we get into emotion. Because of the emotion, we engage in wrong action. Because of wrong action, we suffer. Just circle in that way. That is called the cycle of existence. We are continuing in that cycle. Yeah? Cycle. So that is what is the samsara. So if you want free all mother sentient being from the samsara, first you have to find out what is the cause to samsara. Second, you have to find out how to get rid, how to free from that cause. When you experience that freedom from that cause, then you can tell other, oh, you should do this way. That's a really good solution to how to free. So that is called the liberation or the nirvana or enlightenment. Yeah. So I think that is the, I thought maybe that's the best way to we can give to our mothers. And today, especially whatever you do, dedicated particularly to your biological mother or person who kindest to you in your life. So that dedication definitely can help because phenomena are controlled by the mind. You know, when our mind bent, we walk. When our mind bent, we talk. Our body is controlled by the mind. Make sense? Same things, all the phenomena are controlled by the mind. If our mind bent, it could happen. So that way, when we dedicate it with sincerely, it will help them. I don't know how it happened, but definitely there are lots of, there are lots of experience and lots of storytelling get benefit by that. So that way we also pray every time, all Mother Sanctuary, all Mother Sanctuaries. So that's what I thought, maybe just talk a little bit about what's Mother Days, how we pay the kindness. Because in Buddhism, first, we have to recognize as a mother every century. Secondly, we have to remember that they are kindness. So, person, if you have experience of the raising children, I think you can tell how kind they are. A person like me, I never raised any children. I cannot imagine that much to this. But still I know some part. How much hardship she went for raising me. So I'm not saying she's always sweet to me. But sometimes, of course, there's a trouble comes. Sometimes there are sometimes I disagree or lots of things happen, but bottom line, mother went through lots of hardship to raise. That way, we have to remember the kindness. When we remember the kindness, make sure we learn how to repay that kindness. So as I mentioned, Buddhism, which said, the best way to repay the kindness of a mother is through the Dharma. Because reason is, if you give them food or clothes or money or something, it only helps us a short time. Food is a one-time eat, money is a one-time spend, clothes is maybe 1 or 2 years wear. After that, nobody's going to wear that. So that way, the benefit is short. But if you benefit through the Dharma, it will be long time. Help. So that way. Now, Dharma practice is not for temporary happiness. Main point of the Dharma practice is not for, tomorrow can get some food, or maybe in a short period of time you have some name or position or something. In the Dharma practice is basically we try to find some kind of authentic joy or happiness. So that is called liberation, free from suffering. So what is the really main cause to free from suffering? Is if you have a text, look the verse, this one is actually this chapter is talking about the enlightenment, yeah? from the fifth chapter, enlightenment. In that, look the verse 174. I don't know, you have same one or not. This quote is really important. 174. We already taught last week, week before. But they said the true jnana considered as a non-conceptual and ensuing cause freedom from those two veils. True jnana. So, true jnana is called the knowledge of the true nature and nature of a variety of phenomena. So, also knowledge of the true nature is come from the equipoise meditation, and the knowledge of the variety come from the pause meditation. So those two combination of equipoise meditation and pause meditation bring us to liberation. This is the cause of liberation. Now, what is the equipoise meditation? Equipoise meditation means the mind sit on the nature without any kind of distraction, without any kind of conceptual thought, or without any kind of differential, can say discriminating. So that is it. Have to do kind of karma binding. Have to do with the karma binding. And karma binding, also we can say vipassana with the combination of karma binding. That is the equipoise meditation. When we meditate on that equipoise meditation, finally we can awake our mind. Otherwise, normally our mind is too much distraction. There are so many distractions, couldn't awake from that delusion. Or we call that, couldn't wake up from the innate nature. Make sense? Because of the distraction. So once we went to the meditation, then it becoming present, becoming self-nature, and become the nature of, stay on the nature. Can say, yeah, stay on the nature. So that help us free. There's called two veil. Yes, they say two veil. One is called the obscuration of the liberation. When we meditate on the equipoise meditation, it helps us to reduce or eliminate the afflictive emotion. Afflictive emotion is the obstacle to the liberation. Long as we have afflictive emotion, we are in the samsara. So that way I said, first veil is the obstacle to the liberation of the afflictive emotion, eliminated by equipoise meditation. So that is the also karma binding meditation is that reducing our afflictive emotion. Because afflictive emotion is not part of our mind, not part of our nature. It's a temporary guess, misunderstand. That we call the imputation. computed, diluted, misunderstand. It's like a when dark, what called in the dark night, when you see the rope, you think maybe that is a snake. Because you think maybe that is a snake, you have a fear. Make sense? So it's not only not you cannot blame only to the rope, you cannot blame only to the dark. Yeah, like all combination come together, build that fear. There's no reason to have fear. If you have light, you will see clearly. Make sense? So that's how we build this kind of emotion through the afflictive emotion, ignorance, attachment, aversion. So long as we have that one, we are not liberated. How we can free that emotion is it through the equipoise meditation. It's called the this is also called the knowledge of a true nature. Meditate on the knowledge or wisdom of the true nature. Then second one is ensuing, ensuing or post meditation. At the post meditation, have a knowledge of variety of phenomena. I mean that we have knowledge of knowing of all the phenomena in detail. What is what? It helps us to what called free our mind from the obscuration of omniscience. So those veil, two veils, veil means obscuration of the liberation and obscuration of omniscience. How to free those two combination of equipoise meditation and post meditation. When Bodhisattva on the meditation meditation of the equipoise meditation, equipoise meditation, all the defilement of the three worlds or three realms eliminate by antidote of non-conceptual primordial wisdom. That primordial wisdom of non-conceptual can eliminate all the afflictive emotions. And at the post meditation, through the knowledge of a very profound and vast, profound and vast of knowledge of the profound and vast knowledge of the variety, eliminate the ignoring of non-knowing the phenomena called the omniscience. So these two support each other, post meditation and equipoise meditation. Like we have light here. This is one example. We have light here. Light gives us a shine, we see. But the light is not come without any cause. Light needs cause. What is the cause? The source, power source. How produce that power? Producing the power with a water or a coal or wind or somehow have to produce that power to have this energy to this light. So knowledge or knowledge of the true nature is like this power. Or we can say equipoise meditation. The poise meditation is the source of the power. Have to accumulate the merit. Without the support of the merit, cannot awake. So another reason is our mind is covered by the defilement of the obscuration. That obscuration can eliminate by opposite one. What is the opposite of that obscuration? It's the merit, virtuous deed. So that reason, how to be achieved enlightenment, we need those two: equipoise meditation and pause meditation. At the equipoise meditation, we rest in the nature state, include the kamabhaya meditation, or looking at the nature of our mind, vipassana. Those all equipoise meditation. And pause meditation, most of Bodhisattva practice the 6 paramita or 10 paramita: generosity, morality, ethic, patience, perseverance, mental concentration, wisdom, method, power, aspiration prayer, primordial wisdom. Those called the 10 paramita. Pause meditation. So those two combination together, actually Bodhisattva from the even first bhumi to reach the Buddhahood is by those two combination. Only one cannot reach that liberation. Need together. When come those together, it builds a complete path. And the other word we use as a wisdom and method. Equipoise meditation is a wisdom. Pause meditation is a method. And that is the main cause to have liberation and achieve the Buddhahood. Then morality, ethic, and all other things like we use, they are support. Actually, I think you can say all Buddhist path is included in those two: equipoise meditation and pause meditation. So, equipoise meditation, as I mentioned, have to start with a kamabhaya meditation. More your kamabhaya meditation is becoming stable. It become a more your meditation on the emptiness is becoming stable. Make sense? So without the kamabhaya meditation, if you try to meditate on the nature, or nature of a mind, or emptiness, as we said, this is like candle outside. It any minute can blow out by wind. If you leave candle outside without the protection. If you have a kamabhaya meditation, it's a candle leaving outside with a shield of protection. When you put that protection, even wind come, it's not going to distort. Candles will remain continually because that glass protecting all the wind. Same thing is our kamabhaya meditation, protect the mind, stay to the nature state. Without the support or protection of the kamabhaya meditation, we cannot stay on the nature state. That way, every time when we talk, when we meditate, nature mind, everyone can get some glimpse of the nature. Understand is not that difficult actually, the nature. And experience is also not that difficult. That glimpse will come every time. Actually, even you are not meditating, every evening when you go to bed, you go through that experience. That's come between the sleep and awake. Every time come that. But we're not recognizing that. Even we have that instruction, we can recognize we couldn't stay on that state because we are lack of Kamabhaya meditation. So Kamabhaya meditation, more Kamabhaya meditation is become stable, more your staying on the nature state is becoming more stable. Can say stable? Yeah. So that is how we build the equipoise meditation. Then you can meditate at a certain subject long period of time. Non-conceptual thought, non-conceptual wisdom. You can say non-conceptual wisdom, yeah? You can stay non-conceptual wisdom long as you want if your Kamabhaya meditation support you. So that is a training about how you can control your monkey mind. How much you can control your mind. Yeah? I mean right now our mind is really out of control. Nobody couldn't control our mind. It's hard. So how can control is it? That's why is it called the rope of mindfulness. Yeah? Like you see it here in this picture. The monks carrying the rope. The rope is a representative of the mindfulness. On what will be mindfulness? There are lots of different kinds of mindfulness. But in this case, not forgetting the referent object to focal referent object, focal object. That is the mindfulness. This is like a rope. When you're tied with a rope, even gone far, couldn't go farther than that. You know, leash? Leash, yeah. It's like leash. No matter how much pull, cannot go further. So, leash of mindfulness can hold us to the referent point to meditate. Then that meditation is not go to what call them, not progress. That meditation cannot progress without the support of the merit. So we need pause meditation to accumulate the merit. So I mean, Buddhism is one way, it's a really kind of like a complicated. But another way is kind of simple. Really, just learn how to come about the meditation. On that, try to learn how to stay on the nature, non-conceptual thought. Primordial wisdom. Primordial wisdom free from conceptual thought. Yeah. Yeah. And support with the accumulation of merit. Yeah. So merit means anything good deed. Like we list as there are 6 parameters. Any good. In Tibet, when people get sick, of course we go to see the doctor. Also, there are lots of things come to do to accumulate the merit, like fixing the road, building the bridge, and this kind of, and feeding, poor, and freeing animal from the slaughter. Slaughter? Lots of those things we do to help us to remove the obstacles. Because include the sickness, it's a come from the obstacles. But large Asian culture, there's a market for the releasing animal. They just catch and sell. This is just holiness doesn't like that one. In Tibetan tradition, generally we really go to on the slaughterhouse. And sometimes people would like sheep or cows behind and throw the rope. Whoever get on the rope, you take that. You buy and liberate, release. Make sense? So this anything that help other beings is becoming accumulation of merit. It's not necessarily only you do in the Shuanro. You can accumulate lots of merit from beside the Shuanro, outside there. Feeding for poor, helping neighbor, fixing road. So those all is a part of the service to other beings. That's what to say. What called the accumulation of merit or post meditation. So I mean it's a kind of symbol, yeah. Okay, now I talk a little bit complicated one. Because the two symbols sometimes it become obstacles. We think, oh, this is easy. We have one there joke, one Tibetan man called Akutomba. He always makes some kind of a joke with his life. So one day he went to collect the firewood. And he said, oh, this is really easy. I just cut that one. My firewood is collected. It's done. So before I'm cutting, maybe I have some cup of tea or some eating. So then, and when we collected the fire, you have to go to those places. Then you have to start making the stove and start the fire and then start to boil the water, then make tea and everything have to start from the scratch. So he did all those and done the tea done and eat. And then when stomach is full, then he thought, oh, I can do this easy later. But before, after the meal, I take short nap. He said, this is easy. But then when he wake up, his old friend leaving. Because they already got their collection of the wood. He haven't done at all anything because he thought it's easy. So sometimes when we think, this is easy, we take granted. When we don't do anything. Make sense? So don't think always, oh, this is easy. But why I said easy is because, one way is kind of easy. Another way is really, really, really difficult. That we can tell, even we cannot rest our mind for a few seconds. That is that much difficult. Okay, so here I think we stop verse 181, yeah? Did we? Last time. So here said the word 181 said, Buddhahood is like the immaculated sun, because completely free from ignorance, cloud, it dispels the being darkness with the radiance of its primordial wisdom. That's like sun have light. So sun never be with a cloud. Even cloudy day, sun itself would never be with a cloud. So our mind is like cloudy day. We have the Buddhahood, but our Buddhahood of that nature is completely covered with a cloud. So there are no more sunshine. Then Buddhahood is the clouds completely move like today's. No cloud, so really shine in the sun. So from that sign, because of that sun, we have those all light, heat, everything what we need. So Buddhahood is like that. Because it has peerless quality, give the taste of true Dharma and free from the shell of ignorance. It's likened to be sugata, to honey and sugata, to honey and to kernel. So we talk at the, some of you not here, at the favorite chapter, we talk about the Buddha nature. Every sentient being shares the Buddha nature. We all have that nature. From the hell being to until the Buddhahood, that nature never change. Same. Everyone have same that nature. So that there show the 9 examples. First example is a Buddha inside the lotus. Our nature is like that. Buddha inside the lotus. Right now we only see the lotus, not see the Buddha. Until one by one the petal removed, we couldn't see the Buddha. One time and one day, lotus open, or when we remove the one by one the petal, then we can see the Buddha. Make sense? So like that, our Buddha nature is inside the lotus. Now, Buddhahood is what is the Buddhahood? Okay, if we are inside the lotus, that Buddhahood is that Buddha inside the lotus. It's because it's peerless. It means free from true purity. I think it said, but not pure, true purity. Naturally pure, because Buddha is naturally pure. We are naturally pure. But we are obscured by temporary defilement. And Buddha is even free from that temporary defilement. So pure by through the practice. So that is called the peerless quality. Give the taste of a true Dharma. Peerless quality as a Buddha's image, Buddha inside one is always be pure. That is a peerless quality. And that way, example of the Buddha inside the lotus, first one. Second one is that give the taste of a true Dharma. Dharma taste. You know, understand of the Dharma. That is the great taste. That is give. Profound understand of Dharma is like tasting. You know, so that is come from, it's like honey. And then free from shell of ignorance. So this is the showing the quality. Buddha is pure. Buddha has great taste of Dharma, can get a great taste of Dharma, and free from ignorance. Like a brain, when with a hearse, is shell. So that is like ignorance when it is removed. So Buddha is free from those all. So that way, Buddha is like a sugata, honey, and canal. That's the 3 from the 9 example. And because it's naturally pure, because it's dispel the being a property by its own world of the quality, and because it's give the fruit of a total liberation, it's like in onto gold, treasure, and great tree. So gold doesn't matter, always pure. You know, no matter how long stay underground, gold remains really pure. Like other metal, roasted. Roasted, yeah?
Yeah, it's roasted.
Yeah, roasted. But gold really stay pure. Somehow gold never roasted. So Buddha nature is, Buddhahood is in Latin is like that. No matter how long stay under the defilement of the what called the dirt, never going to be roasted by that defilement. So Buddha is like pure like gold, because it displays the property of its own wealth of the qualities. So Buddha is like treasure. When you review the treasure and your property is gone, one day you find the treasure and become really rich. So we have that treasure called the treasure of enlightened qualities within us, but we are not seeing that treasure. That way we are poor with knowledge. Buddha is already reviewed that treasure. That way, richness of wisdom knowledge. Make sense? So it's another treasure. And Buddha is also a great tree. Great tree continually give the fruit without the ending. Every year we get fruit without the ending from the tree. So Buddha's giving fruit of liberation as a continuing, like a fruit tree, great tree. So that is the fruit of the liberation, total liberation. So those three examples. Then last three examples. Because it's the embodiment of the jewel quality, because it's the supreme lord of the pipit, yeah? How to say this? Pipit? Pipit. And because it's a form as an image, precious is a compassion, is a link to be the jewel, object, king, and what is golden. So, because it's the embodiment of the jewel quality. This is talking about the jewel quality of dharmakaya, because it's the supreme lord of the pipit. Pipit is a Buddha is like a king. It's talking about the sambhogakaya, and because it's an image, precious is a compassion. Image pressure is a symbolize compassion as a nirvanakaya. So Buddha as a manifest as a Drikung, Buddha example of those three. That reason said jewel, object, king, and what is the golden image. So these 9 example as a show as a what is Buddhahood, as earlier I mentioned, how to get there. That's it. Main course is voice meditation and pose meditations. So now this one is actually part of the fruition of enlightenment. Now fourth one is said function of enlightenment. Enlightenment, untainted and all-pervading, is of an indestructible nature, because it is everlasting, at peace, permanent and undying. It is a ground for benefiting being. As a Tathagata are like space to a basis for the object of the 6 senses faculty to be experienced by those who are excellent. So nature of function, let's say enlightened, untainted. Enlightenment, let's say untainted means free from defilement. of the complete liberation. All pervading, it means that all the phenomena, provide to the all phenomena through the knowledge of das, called dasness here, knowledge of dasness and knowledge of the variety. The knowledge of dasness means the knowledge, knowing the true nature, and the knowledge of the variety means the knowing of the phenomena. And there's one quote said, like a, peacock's feather have lots of different colors. Only Buddha can tell each color's cause. What is the main cause to have this kind of colorful? So that is to talk about the knowledge of the variety, knowing all detail. The knowledge of dasness means that knowing the true nature of the phenomena. So that is the Buddhahood. So that we said, or providing need. So not only like only empty or only seeing the. I think also all providing is like similarly like you see the outside and inside of the phenomena. Knowledge of the all variety is seeing the outside, color, shape, all the different detail out from the outside. The knowledge of the what called the dasness or knowledge of the true nature is seeing the inside. What's in there? Beside the color, shape, and design. So, that reason said all providing, not just only knowing the one side. When we achieve a Buddhahood, that kind of quality we can get. Like for example, when we look at the house, we only know that what's color, what is the shape, how the outside. But if you build that house, then you know all detail. Then if you research, if you know all detail on the wood, what kind of material, what called the chemical have, and what kind of, I don't know, what kind of cost to have this all wood, so detailed, that is a need knowledge of variety. Ordinary human have difficulty to find everything detail. Even we know name of the wood, maybe we know some part of that, some part of the material, but we don't know completely detail by one person, unless you research everything. So if you have time to research everything, maybe you can get, without the liberation, you can get knowledge of the variety, but that is impossible. Yeah, human lifetime. So that can get, so when you liberate, you can have those all knowledge. So that is called the all providing. It is of the indestructible nature. So Buddhahood cannot have that destruction like what we have. What we have? Aging, sickness, death, yeah? This kind of a destruction we have. But Buddhahood, it is free from those all destruction. So that we call the indestructible nature. Because it's everlasting, at the peace, permanent and undying. So this one called the benefiting other sentient beings, because It is the ground for the benefit being that Tathagata are like space, best for all the object of the six senses and faculty through experienced by those who are excellent. So space itself, say, we cannot see, we cannot use actually. Yeah? I mean, generally we cannot do anything with space. But we can do everything because of the space. We can walk, we can breathe, we can see other things. So that is a sixth sense faculty. Now, I can see form because there is a space, that way I can see you. If there is no space, no way I can see you. I can hear sound because of the space, sound can trouble. You know, those senses I can use because of the space, everything what we can do. So like that, Buddha is like space. There are no called the discrimination of anything, but can benefit based on the what called being's mental capacity. Make sense? Sentient beings' mental capacity would benefit different way. So that way I said those who are excellent, who are capable to see Buddha, who are capable to receive his instruction or wisdom, those are the excellent ones. So long as we have that, we will. Like if completely dark here, for example, even we have space, no way I can see anything. Make sense? So same thing, I say, if we are not capable to see or hear Buddha's teaching, no way we can receive that. So seeing to the Buddha, we need ourselves certain degree of quality, certain degree of merit. So that is showing us that whenever you see anything from the outside, good or bad, don't blame everything is to other. Maybe some part is because of your own negative emotion, negative, your what call that, thought, we may see negative. So she said, it has to work together. Outside appearance and inner your mental projection. Make sense? So I think that is called, that reason is said, who are excellent. Who are excellent can perceive the Buddha. When they perceive the Buddha and benefit, like space, can use for all what we function in the sixth sense faculty. Yeah. It is the condition for form beyond the form element of the scene, for the good and pure sound of the heard, for the pure fragrance of the sugata, perfect contact to be smelled, and for the taste of the dharma of the great, and of the deeply realized to be served. What does servant mean?
Severed?
Severed.
Savored?
Yeah.
Tasted.
Okay.
Favored, yes.
Okay. So it's said condition for form beyond the four element to be seen. This is it. Right now, actually, we have an element body. Our body is built by element. That's called the gross body. In Latin, even they have a form we call the wisdom body. They no longer use the elements. That reason they can fly, they can walk through the wall, they can do lots of manifestation with miracle powers because they are free from the elements. Physically, gross element, no longer. So that is called the subtle body. So in Latin, form is beyond that element, called the form of element of the earth, fire, because our body is all flesh and bone is built by the earth. Heat is built by the fire. Liquid, everything inside, include the blood, is water. You know, and we have space. So generally, our body is built by the element. That is the gross body. But in Latin, you can see a form, but their form is not as same as our element. That way, nature element cannot damage them. Like when somebody gave a Buddha the poison, it didn't hurt him. And somebody tried to set the fire, the ground, and Buddha walked on that. Didn't burn, because his body is beyond the element. Make sense? So I think that reason talking about the form beyond the four elements. Four elements: earth, fire, water, space. I mean wind. Yeah, further water, earth, water, fire, wind. Our breath is wind. You know? And but also this beyond the four elements is also Sanskrit word. It's come from the Buddhi, not Buddha. Buddhi. Buddhi. Buddhi is mean the no element, or you can say overpower. Also in Latin beings, they overpower the element. They can use element anywhere they want. You remember, I'm sure you heard this one. One time Milarepa was meditating the water element, and bunch of hunter came. They're looking in the cave, and they saw the water. They didn't see Milarepa. They saw the water in the cave, and one hunter just pick up one stone, throw in the water. So then, of course, the water is Milarepa's body. So when Milarepa awake from that samadhi, and he was pain. And Milarepa said to the Richuba, I think those hunters throw in my body the stone. So I'll go back to that meditation. Can you remove that stone? So Milarepa went back to the meditation, and Richuba moved the stone from the water. So they are control all the elements. You know, our body, we are controlled by the element. They can control the element. Whatever they want, they can manifest that way. So also this beyond the four element mean also can be control the elements. Meaning is both are same. Main point is like not same body as what we have. Our body is built by the element, and our body is controlled by the element, not ourselves. We cannot control at all our body. You know, if we can control, we never want to get old. We never want to be change, lose hair or gray hair or I mean any of those. We don't want, but we could not control. Enlightened being can control that. I think those two meanings can go both. Beyond the four elements is a root word. Sanskrit root words come from the Buddhi, Bu, B as a B, U. So Buddhi. It's not talking about the Buddha. Buddhi. Yeah, B, H, U, D, I. Something. But this is a Sanskrit word, Buddhi. So that can go to two meanings: no element or overpower. So in Latin, have both quality. Then for the pure, or sorry, for the good and pure sound of the heard, yeah, to be heard. Good and pure is the Dharma sound, not idle talk. So that I didn't talk about the, especially Mahayana teachings, the Dharma sound as a good and pure sound heard. For the pure progress of the Sugata, perfect contact to be smelled. Good monk can smell really beautiful. It's called the contact smell. And you have really pure contact. I heard one Drikung monk, he's a really good monk. The reason, he passed away a few years ago. And he was working in the Sera or somewhere, and those Iluba monastery monk thought he was using perfume. Really, I never met him, but I heard and people criticize him. Oh, he's an old monk using perfume. So the pure contact have such a degree of smell. So it's called the sudipiti, perfect contact to be smelled. For the taste of the Dharma of the great. Dharma is like a nectar. Nectar have great taste. Taste good or protect from the death of samsara. So it's the Dharma of the nectar, taste of the Dharma of the nectar. And for the deeply realized to be savored. Savored. What is savored?
Tasted.
Tasted, okay.
Yeah, like-
Realization experience. Deeply realized experience. For the bliss felt in the samadhi to be experienced, and for the very essence, the profound nature to be realized. Therefore, one considered in very fine way. So bliss filled with samadhi to be experienced. When you get in the certain degree of samadhi, then you finally get joy, bliss. But there's also downside. Yeah. If you try to go too much on that joy, that has to do with the wind element, certain degree of wind element. And some people, that joy is got too high, and it can be damage to your emotion. But good samadhi, I don't think so it can happen. But through the samadhi, you can experience the joy, real joy. And for the very essence, the profound nature to be realized. What is the profound nature? Emptiness. Profound nature, nature of phenomena, can be realized. Therefore, when considered in a very fine way, the Tathagata who gave birth to true bliss are like space, devoid of reason. Devoid. Sorry, devoid. So, Tathagata is a nature. Generally, they have no characteristic of the that giving the what call the birth of bliss. But because of that nature, you can experience like space. Space cannot make you see, hear, sound, anything. But because of the space, you can hear, you can see, you can sound, and smell or taste. The function of the true jnana, put considerably, is to be known as the perfect fulfill of the vimuktikaya and the accomplishment of dharmakaya. So, function of what benefit yourself from this enlightenment, achieving enlightenment, true jnana, or true knowledge. Yeah, jnana or knowledge is same. Knowledge of the knowing of vastness and knowledge of the knowing of the variety. From that, put consistently is to be concisely to be known as a perfect fulfill of the vimuktikaya. And accomplishment of the dharmakaya. So achieve those twofold values are achieved. Jnana of the true nature, variety, jnana of the true nature and the variety of phenomena Bodhisattva practice on the path. These two jnana appearing gradually, logically progress of meditation, non-conceptual jnana, and manifest attempt of the understanding the ultimate nature of phenomena. In post-meditation, analytical jnana experience the variety of phenomena in order to understanding their specific characteristic. So, post-meditation, specific understand. So, here, through those two jnana, we mentioned the two jnana. What is the vimukti? Vimuktikaya. I'm sorry. Vimuktikaya. Vimukt means liberation. Body of liberation. Vimukt. Muktikaya. It means liberated. So, embodiment of the liberation is really mean. And second is said dharmakaya. Second one said dharmakaya, accomplishment of the dharmakaya as the embodiment of dharma. So, vimukt or liberation. Vimuktikaya or liberation is from the earlier I mentioned called the equipoise meditation. And dharmakaya of the wisdom knowledge is from the post meditation. Or can say vimukt is attained through the non-conceptual jnana developed during the meditation that element all the obscuration. Dharmakaya is obtained the result of the jnana of the post meditation. So there's two kaya. Vimuktikaya is mainly talking about significance of the freeing from the defilement. Dharmakaya is mainly talking about the knowing of the true nature. I mean, there's one, liberation is a one. Enlightenment is a one. But, because of their, what called, how to say, one is a, now I cannot find the correct word, but one is a name as a vimuktikaya, as a, because of the freeing from the defilement. Vimukti means the liberate or freedom. And the dharmakaya means the then knowledge of, knowing of that phenomena of reality. So that way it's same one, different, because of the different characteristics, show us two different names. Since they are untamed, all embarrassing and uncreated ground, embracing. Vimuktikaya and the dharmakaya should be known as having two attributes and one attribute. So two attributes. As a free from the defilement and foundation of the all the what called the wisdom. So that way both vimuktikaya and dharmakaya have free from defilement and all provided quality. That way is called the true attribute. Yes? True attribute. True attribute mean both them free from defilement and all provided. Or provided? Or pervasive. That way, true attribute. And last one said, one attribute mean both are impermanent. I mean, both are permanent, continual. So that is the one attribute. Those two. It's untrained because of defilement along with their accompanying condition have ceased. Jnana is considered as a all embracing. Sense is unattached and impeded. So untrained because it's a defilement. So defilement, completely free from the defilement, that we call the untamed, along with their company condition. What is the company condition? What is the defilement's company condition? think habitual tendency. Yes. Habitual tendency, because even you don't have right now completely defilement, but because of that, it bring back. That's common in condition. Subtle one. Have ceased. Jnana is considered as a all embarrassing. Embarrassing. Sense is unattached and unimputed. So, because have a knowledge of darkness or knowing of what called the nature, knowledge of the knowing of the nature, that way free from attachment. Knowledge of the variety, unimpeded, unblock, unstop, or whatever it's called, yeah? So that's it.
Maybe it's kind of a dumb question, but I mean, in this phase, we're talking about all five wisdoms and not simply discriminating wisdom. And distinguishing it from actually, this is that state. So even though we're distinguishing the phenomena, that also means includes mirror-like wisdom.
Sure. Yeah, mirror wisdom is a foundation of all those wisdoms. The other wisdom is a kind of different vital functioning. In the mirror, see everything. Yeah. So yes,
Because it's not solely, friends or
yeah. They are uncreated since they are nature, and all the time indestructible, mentioned as a mentioned and explained as a everlasting, and so on. So. Everlasting, peace, permanent, deathless. So that is the Buddhahood, what kind of achievement. This, how to say, destructibility is to be known through the following four aspects, since they are the counterpart of the everlasting and so forth. So what is the counterpart? What is the counterpart? Opposite one. So what is the opposite of the peace? Yeah. What is the opposite of the prominent? Yes. What is the opposite of the everlasting? Yeah. Now what is the opposite of the deathless? So that is what quality of the Buddha, dharmakaya. Peace, prominent, everlasting, deathless. So I think if nature have those quality, then Buddhahood even can become temporary happiness. Make sense? If a Buddhahood not have those four quality, peace, permanent, everlasting, deathless, this kind of quality, Buddhahood become temporary happiness. And it's the same as a samsaric happiness. No point to be achieved. Because sooner or later we will lose them. We are not focusing on samsaric happiness because it's a temporary happiness. What is just differential of the samsaric happiness and nirvana happiness? Once we achieve the nirvana happiness, that is the permanent, everlasting, not going to dissolve. It's so it's peace. Peace because free from defilement. Permanent because it's not created. Everless because there are no ending. And deathless because there are no destruction. Nirvana. We still have a few more words, then we'll stop here. Decaying, distracting, change, interruption, and inconceivable change of the death. So this is the opposite one. Decay. It's symbolized as a rotten. Yeah? Rotten means aging. Rotten of aging. Distract of sickness. Interruption of continuing of kind of birth. Interruption meaning continue of the birth after the death. And inconceivable change of the death. Inconceivable change. So these enlightened are free from this. So what is the decay also? It means they don't have a karmic, repaying of a karma of defilement of the decay, yeah. So free from the repaying of the karma of a defilement, decay. And distract mean ignorant with the habitual tendency of defilement and as a sickness. And I said interruption. Free interruption of continuing of the after the continuing of the birth after the continue of the past body or past lives end. Then inconceivable change of the death. Inconceivable change of the death as a showing as a basically inconceivable death mean like a manifestation or like a what called tuba. What is it called? Tuba. Tuba mean like manifestation. Again and again manifest different way. They call it impossible death. And they manifest different forms. Make sense? Yeah. So in Latin are free from these four. Since enlightenment is free from change, it should be known as a everlasting peace, permanent and deadness. So we are decay, destruct, change, interruption, and change of death. We experience that in Latin are opposite of that. Make sense? This intelligence, so stainless, is the ground because it's the foundation for all various qualities. Quality of the stainless intelligence is the ground for the which is the benefit of all being emerged because it's the basis of all of the virtuous quality. Just as a space which is without the cause, as is cause for the seeing, hearing, and so forth of the form, sound, odor, sensation, mental doubt. Likewise, this is a condition for the untrained quality to raise the object of the stable being sense faculty through their unimpeded conscious connection with the true kaya. So, true kaya are, we mentioned earlier, what called vimuktikaya and dharmakaya. So that's what we want to achieve. And this quote is basically repeating from the last one. So last one already talked about the space, how much help to function, sense, faculty function. Same thing as a dharmakaya or what is the help to all those qualities, enlightened qualities come from there. Without that, we cannot have all enlightened qualities. Same thing as like without space, cannot have all those functioning faculty. So here, today is actually, main point is basically, what is the Buddhahood? Yeah? Buddhahood is said two kind of. One is said vimuktikaya and dharmakaya. Vimuktikaya means liberated, embodiment of the liberation. Dharmakaya means the embodiment of the dharma.
These are kind of the same thing coming from different directions.
Yes, yes. One is talking about dharmakaya means the just generally talking about the nature. Vimuktikaya means the talking about the how can remove the defilement. Or you can say, when you remove the defilement, that is vimuktikaya. When completely remove that defilement, then you can review the dharmakaya. Make sense?
Yes.
Or you can say, we have the dharmakaya, the nature, but until we achieve the vimuktikaya, it's not going to be functioned. Yes, yes. So how to get that vimukti is with the true jnana. That's it. What is the true jnana? Or true knowledge. Knowledge of the knowing the thusness and knowledge of the knowing the variety. how to get those two knowledges through the equipoise meditation and pause meditation. Equipoise meditation, free from all the defilement, that is called the vimuktikaya. And pause meditation, knowing all the nature of phenomena, that is called the dharmakaya. So, equipoise meditation is the cause to vimuktikaya, pause meditation is the cause to dharmakaya. So, simple way to, I think, talk today's all, this is it, that Buddhahood is this way. How to function the Buddhahood. If we want to achieve something, we have to know what you achieve, how to achieve. This text, I can say good or bad both, because good is if try to explain many times. Bad is if sometimes people feel like there are many things talking about. Actually, didn't talk at all many things, only talk two things. It said there's two kinds of meditation. Because of the two kinds of meditation, two kinds of obscuration removed. When two kinds of obscuration removed, two kinds of Buddhahood achieved. What is the two meditation? Equipoise meditation and pause meditation. When equipoise meditation and pause meditation remove the obstacle of the liberation and obscuration of the omniscience. When you remove those obstacles, then you can achieve, you can achieve the vimuktikaya and dharmakaya. So vimuktikaya means the embodiment of the liberation, and dharmakaya means the embodiment of the dharma. So whole time we talk so much, it's actually talking about it. And that dharmakaya or vimuktikaya is it? Said peace, quality is it? Peace, permanent, everlasting, deathless. So we have a aging, we have a sickness, we have a death. Dharmakaya is free from those all. So what is the opposite of us? Yeah. So simple way to just remember that. You know, today you live. Okay, achieving Buddhahood. Two things need. What two things? Equipoise meditation, opposed meditation. Why we need those two? Because of those we can liberate from the obscuration of the liberation and obscuration of the omniscience. When we free from those obscuration, we can achieve the Buddhahood. There's a name as a vimuktikaya or dharmakaya. What does it look like in vimuktikaya or dharmakaya? Permanent, peace, everlasting, and deathless. The all quality. Like space. This example. Space is it? Space itself has nothing. See, hear, smell, taste. But without space, we cannot function all those senses. So same thing is it, dharmakaya is like. Because without it, cannot function all the enlightenment quality. So main point basically saying is that because of the dharmakaya, everything functioning. Yeah. That reason we always said, because of the emptiness, everything happened. Hamadruva said, from the hell realm to heaven, everything changed because of the emptiness. Change means the functioning. Everything functioned because of the emptiness. So this is a good example is the space.